when you create something, feel free to walk up to anybody and say, let's collaborate on this. And when you collaborate, please make sure that you get your credit for collaboration. I mentioned earlier how Cracks TV used to give her credit. I remember that I worked with Awa severally when she was still a writer. But I remember then that it was a problem for me and my management and many other people that she worked with to actually give writers credit. This is some 7 years ago, 6 years ago, thereabouts. But I don't think it's the same anymore. I think that people are more open to giving credit when collaborating. However, it's important to ask because, like Master said, ask and it shall be given unto you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Please put your hands together for him. Tenny, so I'm curious to have you share personal experience where intellectual property rights was an issue for you or like your talent. I mean, just share an experience and what was the lesson in it for you?
Okay, so as a talent manager, when I get to work with brands and all of that, many people don't know that for my talents, for example, it's written on the rate card. If you contact, we own the right to that. You're only leasing it for a duration of time. So you don't pay me for an Instagram post, and I wake up tomorrow and I see the post on TV, or I see it on Snapchat advert, or you run an advert with my video because you paid me to do a video for your brand, because I own the right to it. So things like that, of course, we've had several cases where we have to check it, because a lot of people don't know. You just feel, oh, I've paid you to do a video for this brand. Once you get the video, you can do whatever you like with it. So all these things need to be stated during negotiation. It's also documented. And I also like the fact that for the kind of work that I do, I make sure that everything is documented in text, so that tomorrow nobody says, oh, you thought, I thought, you thought, I thought. No, there's no need to thought. Everything should be written down properly. And if there's need for a contract, I'm very, very big on contract also. Like
Is there ever no need?
Yeah, there's no, because I know a lot of people also, when it comes to content creation, many times it's just vibes. So the structure that I run is not vibes. So that's why I'm a talent manager. For the talents, they are growing to learn that, and I teach that and all of that. But as the talents manager or the company, I ensure that all these things are put in checks. Like it talked about collaborating. I've seen so many cases where creatives, the other panel when the dating guy talked about the word collaboration being overflogged, I also agree. There are a lot of times we want to collaborate, and I share this idea with you, and tomorrow I see that you do the idea without me. Like, why? And all these things happen. It's easier if maybe we're colleagues that have a certain level of understanding, or we are friends. It's easier for me to collaborate with my friend because I know that you're not out to do me dirty. It's a great work we want to do. But if it's business with someone that I'm not really cool with, we sign NDAs. When I write proposals for people and all of that, I make sure that it's documented to just avoid these issues. So yes, it's important.
Thank you. So before I come to Deji, I want to ask Lively, how does a creative, understanding, so I feel like if you're a creative and you're just up and coming, and everybody wants to work with you, you're asking for contracts, you're being too serious, I mean, you're trying to be like the boss guy, you might have a lot of problems with collaboration, especially because you're just up and coming. So how does a creative, any creative here saying like a reels maker or something, move from that point where they're just talent or a creative to business? And what do they need to understand? Like at what point do they need to understand that, hey, I need to take my craft seriously, turn it into a business and protect this craft? And how do they know that point? Yeah. And what was that point for you?
From the beginning.
From the
beginning.
lawyer time?
It's possible that it's because I am a lawyer.
Okay.
It's very possible that it's because I'm a lawyer. But I remember that it's not like I signed contract or anything, like from the very, very beginning stage. But just merely putting an order to your affairs, like having a manager, is one of the very key things. Even if I didn't have a manager then, I used to form to people as though I had a manager. I remember the first 50K I collected. um, okay, the very first one, I didn't front that I had a manager. But about 1-2 months after that, I realized that people address you differently when it feels like they're addressing someone who is speaking for you. However, it has its disadvantages as well. Because Nigerians are Nigerians like to go and meet the person and say, "Iwori Mombashi." Sorry for my Yoruba. But Nigerians like to see who they are working with and say, "It is you I'm working with. Please, can I speak with MC Lively?" I mean, my manager gets this almost all the time. However, that buffer is needed. Even if you still transcend your buffer of your manager and have that personal interaction with a client, the buffer of a manager is needed. At the beginning, it's not necessary to sign contracts with every deal or every person that reaches out to you. But if you have just that mere buffer of having someone who handles your affairs, it just sort of just raises the level and makes you look a lot more serious. Yeah, so I
Okay, let
think
me
that's my
add to
opinion.
that. This is a
Okay.
very interesting question.